When I was a teenager, I saw Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. And ever since then, I've been interested in that type of fictional movies where they go looking for relics and digging up different types of archaeological finds. Relic Hunter was a series that I really enjoyed watching as well. There's something mystical when they find old texts, scrolls, or pottery with language written on them. And as they try to decipher them, it just glues me to the screen with anticipation and interest. That it's so interesting to me. But in reality, when we open up the Bible, we have one of the oldest texts that is filled with such wisdom that is a huge resource for us. The Inca and Mayan cultures, these ancient societies, have captivated many of us. And we're so interested when archaeologists find new things about these cultures. It's something that really is interesting to me whenever I see some discovery that makes the news. But we have these old books, and the Bible, of course, is the classic of all the old books, of all the classic literature that we have. The Bible was written over a period of 1,500 years by 40 different authors, and it was compiled by the church. And in the process of compiling it, it was quite a process to figure out which books to include and which books to not include. And we actually have literature from letters from different people in the ancient church writing back and forth, deciding which books should be included and which shouldn't be. And basically what they were doing is they were looking at the messages in the books to see that they did not conflict each other, that they were all consistent with each other, and that's how they ruled which books were inspired and which books were not inspired. It's a fascinating study when we get into figuring out exactly how it was done. The New Testament is one of the most historical sound documents. See, when archaeologists dig up a document, they find a document in a cave or in a buried temple or some ancient society. We need to figure out where did that document, even though we might be able to tell that the document is 2,000 or 3,000 years old, where did it come from, and who was the person that wrote it, and what do we know about that person, and how legitimate? It could be completely authentic document that is 3,000 years old, but it could also be full of lies. It could be somebody's grocery list that has no meaning whatsoever. And the New Testament is one of the most authenticated documents. That is, we know who the authors are. We know where they came from. We know what they were writing about. And there is just so much incredible knowledge in these ancient documents. The Bible reveals to us many secrets in life, many mysteries. It tells us how to find joy, it tells us how to find significance, gives us keys on how to fight depression and anxiety, gives us instruction on purpose in life. It unravels the mysteries of good and evil and why bad things happen to good people. There is so much incredible wisdom in the Bible, and it is here now. We don't have to go searching off into distant areas. We don't have to excavate old and forgotten cities. When I open up the pages of a Bible, it gives me the feeling like I am in some lost temple in some Indiana Jones movie, and I am opening up this book with this great wisdom in it that the world is unaware of. And that's really what opening up the Bible is. It is opening up an ancient book with ancient texts, with ancient wisdom that still applies to our world today. It is an incredible collection of knowledge, and it is something that we have at our fingertips. And yet we get wrapped up in these fictional movies about fictional pieces of literature that have far less significance than what many of us have in our homes already.